Simon Sinek, Jordan Peterson, Tim Urban, and thousands of other influencers on big stages such as TED Talks, speaking confidently and inspiring millions of people around the world. Have you ever imagined yourself on one of these big stages at some point in your life? What has made it possible for those influencers to confidently capture ideas, analyze arguments, and think critically? How have they identified the personality of a public speaker for themselves? Hey friends, this is Nazir. Let's consider that you are with your friends in a friendly discussion or maybe in the classroom, and a question is raised and you're expected to speak on that, to share your opinion on that. Well, among your friends, there are people who speaks attractively. By attraction, I don't mean that they have got a good pronunciation or they have got a good tone of voice. They are also very important as a communication skills. But by attraction, I mean that they share interesting ideas, cool ideas. They are very informative. They speak in a way that grab the attention of the audience, and you enjoy listening to them and just sitting with them, talking with them, and just having some time with them. And on the other hand, you have got some friends who are unconfident, and they are usually silent, and they feel shy and they cannot express their opinion even if they have got something in their mind to share. So have you ever wondered or have you ever thought about what distinguishes these two groups of people? Why is it easy for some people to to speak, to share their opinion, and to argue critically? They ask the right question at the right time, and so difficult, like I can say the most difficult thing for someone to speak in public, or even to simply share their opinion in very small groups, or maybe simply even if they are on their own, if they are asked to write something or if they are asked to talk about something, it is difficult for them. They think that they have got nothing to say, there is nothing in their mind to say it or to share. Well, for most of those confident influencers, like your friends earlier, who were very confident and they speak confidently, sharing their opinion, and some big influencers, speakers on big stages, um, apart from their college degree and their life experiences, books are the source of their information. They read too much book. They read lots of books, that they get information about different subjects, and they can speak confidently wherever needed. For instance, Warren Buffett, who is an American investor and he's very popular, he's a millionaire, says that I insist on a lot of time being spent almost every day to just sit and think. So I do more reading and thinking and make less impulse decisions than most people in business. I do it because I like this kind of life. Or for instance, Ali Abdal, who is a junior doctor and a successful YouTuber with over 3 million subscribers on YouTube, credits his success to his to the books, or as he called his paper friends. He believes that books are his number one influencers, books are his number one mentor, and they have helped him to start a YouTube channel. They have helped him to be a successful doctor. And even the books or his paper friends have encouraged him to start writing a book. If someone asked me to name the most influential people in shaping my life outside of my immediate family, I wouldn't find too hard to identify a group of people who have transformed my thinking through their incredible actions, ideas, and journeys. But the number one influence in my life wouldn't be people at all. It would be books. Now, now it's the time for me to share you my experience about books. Well, books became fascinating to me when I was a high school student. Back then, we had a literature teacher who was very interesting to me because he was a literature graduate, but during his class, he used to speak and he used to share so many interesting points about philosophy, history, social science, even uh, politics. And something which was very interesting about him was that he was relating all of the subjects together in a very interesting way. So his classes were the most interesting one to me, and I always enjoyed attending his class. And just I was always curious about um, if he is a literature teacher, how is he so informative about different subjects? He can relate his ideas and he can speak in a very good way that can grab my friends' attention, including me. So later I found out that apart from teaching at school, he is a profound book reader. He is usually busy reading books, and that is what has made him so interesting and informative. So he encouraged me and all of my friends to read books. So he even lent me a book. I read the book. I really enjoyed it. It was the first book I read. So because the book was very interesting to me, I summarized it. Um, and later I insisted, and he gave me a chance to present it to my classmates. After my presentation, everyone loved it, my classmates and my teacher. So that was the start point for me to read books and get interested in reading books. Even though I haven't been a regular book reader, but I deeply believe that books are very important in my life, and they will be the most important part of my life in the future. And I believe that they will help me to follow my journey. You must have noticed that people in their old ages or elderly people are wiser. They are very experienced. They advise the younger generation, and they are really interesting for us. So have you? It is because they have lived for years and they're experienced enough to share their life experience with us as young generations. But is it okay for us as young generations to think like we will be experienced enough as we get old, or like let's get old and we will be experienced? Yes, of course we will be experienced automatically if by aging and getting old. But you know that our time in life is limited, and it is not endless, it is limited. So you be happy or sad, we have to accept this reality that our time on the life stage performance is limited. So what should we do to think better, to be more knowledgeable, to be wiser, except from getting older and getting old ages? So there is a solution, and that's books. Because, for instance, if you read history books, you will understand, you will find out what happened 100 years back, and you will understand, you will learn those people's experience, and you will not make the mistakes they made 100 years back. You will be more experienced, and you will learn not to repeat the mistake. Or for instance, if you read scientific books, you can understand what's happening inside the mind of a scientist, and it can help you to live better. So you don't need to get old before you can be wise. So you can read books and you can be wise, and you can think better and live better. So if you're a good book reader, then great. If not, then what are you waiting for?